Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining our Brenham ISD Pre-K RoundUp Facebook Live question and answer session. My name is Veronica Johannsen. We really appreciate you tuning in, and we hope that you find this Facebook Live informative, and hopefully we will be able to clarify any questions or any doubts that you may have. Before we get started, I want to let you know that this video will remain on our Facebook platform. So if you ever need to go back and view something that you think you may have missed, you'll be able to do that at your convenience. Also, lastly, I would really like to stay on topic. So if there are any other discussions you would like to address, please email your questions to vjohansen@brenham.k-12.net. I almost missed that. We will also have Ms. Rosales available to answer any questions in Spanish. I want to welcome our two guests. Miss Toni Schwartz, she is the awesome and amazing, energetic principal at ECLC. Ella es la directora del campus de ECLC. And we also have Ms. Rosales, a bilingual teacher at ECLC. La señora Rosales es una maestra bilingüe de ECLC. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Gracias.
All right, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. Miss Schwartz, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been the principal of ECLC?
All right. Well, I've been in Brenham ISD for about 30 years. I taught fourth grade for a long time, and then taught in the CSI program, been an assistant principal, and then we opened this campus in 2017. So I've been here as principal for 4 years at the ECLC and loved every minute of it.
Oh, sounds awesome. And we're just going to jump right into the topic. So what are the benefits of a full day pre-K program?
Well, you know, it's not a mandatory program, but there's a lot of research done that shows that when kiddos are immersed in pre-literacy and pre-math skills, that, you know, they're, number one, they're going to be twice as likely to be ready for kindergarten. And that's huge. And we're going to talk about that probably more as we get into some of our topics. They're more likely to graduate from high school, less likely to be at risk. And then one of the other things that anytime I get the opportunity to talk about what we do at the ECLC, the social and emotional development that happens here is really, it's critical. And if you listen to any of my radio shows that I do, I'm going to push that because, you know, some of these kids have maybe never been in a daycare setting or been around other kids. And so this is their opportunity to learn what it's like to be social and to be, you know, learn how to share, learn about just basic body awareness and body space and things like that. And so from the moment they get here, that's very important what we're doing and teaching them those social skills and emotional skills and things like that. And we'll talk a little bit more about that too as we get into it, I'm sure. So it's an important program, and we want all kids to join us if possible. That's what we're doing. That's why we're here.
Right. And they just look so happy. Every time that I go to your campus, the children, they're just laughing and dancing. Miss Rosales, I mentioned a few minutes ago, she is a bilingual teacher at ECLC. Folks want to know, what will my child learn in pre-K?
Well, we follow all the Texas pre-K guidelines. That's what we use as our base. And all of that includes, you know, your basic math and reading skills, science and social studies we incorporate, even some computer skills we incorporate as well.
So at that young age, I mean, they're learning science and computer, and they're learning all of these. It sounds advanced to me.
Yeah, no, and they're capable of using the mouse, and absolutely. We do have adapted computers for them, so where they are virtually touching the screen. So they have that for them as well, developmentally for them.
Awesome. I see there are a couple of folks tuning in already. If you guys have any questions, just drop them in the comments and we'll be able to answer your questions live. We have Ms. Schwartz available and we have Ms. Rosales. They're both available to answer your questions live right here. Awesome. So Ms. Schwartz, so we have a couple of other questions for you. How many students are in each class?
Well, it varies from year to year depending on our enrollment, but on an average, we're going to, say 16 to 17 kiddos per class. And every classroom, we have a highly qualified, certified teacher and a highly qualified instructional aide that's in every classroom. So 2 adults to every, for every classroom that we have. We have a great music and movement teacher that runs our PE and department, and so great things going on.
And we saw some of those clips in the video.
Oh, they love it. They love Miss Oschenbeck. Yeah, she does great things.
Yeah, I remember I went over there and she was actually helping them do their sit-ups, and some kids were doing burpees, and I'm like, no.
Oh yeah.
How can they do burpees and they're so little?
Oh yeah, they can.
Okay, what are the hours of the pre-K program, and does it follow the Brenham ISD calendar?
Okay, yes, we are part of Brenham ISD, part of the public school system. So we're going to follow BISD's calendar. We're going to follow their schedule. So we open our doors at 7:20 in the mornings. We start taking kiddos out of the car at 7:20. We start taking kiddos off the bus at 7:20 in the morning. And then our afternoon ends at 3:15 is when we'll start loading buses and cars at 3:15 in the afternoon.
Okay, and I just want to jump right over to Ms. Rosales. So Ms. Schwartz mentioned, the times that students get there. So what will the student schedule look like?
Well, when they come in, they get their breakfast, and we have breakfast in our classroom. Then after that, around 8 o'clock, we have a morning roar, and that's campus wide. So whether they're virtual or in classroom, they will all be together at 8 o'clock to about 8:15. That's where we recognize them, and we do our pledge to allegiance. And then after that, we go right into our schedule. Some teachers will be doing their math lesson or their English lesson. And then others will be going to their PE movement class, or some of them are going to their computer class. So all of that starts right away after our morning roar. We go right in, and everybody gets their lunch break, of course, and we have our recess. Either we have it in the morning or in the afternoon, and we do have a little bit of nap time. And so this is a full day for the pre-Ks.
It's a jam-packed day full of fun and learning.
Yes, it is.
So we have Melissa Perkins. She is asking a question. What are the requirements for us to enroll?
Well, there's several different ways that a student can qualify. You have to qualify. And so if the best way for us to do this, rather than me listing all of that, because there's so many different ways, Melissa, is for you to go to the Brenham ISD website. And if you'll go to the tab out to the left, the pre-K, you can click on the pre-K registration, and from there, you can see all the different ways that you can qualify for our program. That's going to be the easiest way. Than if I just start listing it, you'll get lost in all of that. So again, go to our website. It's listed right here on the bottom of the screen, and go to pre-K registration on the left tab, and there we'll have all the different ways that you can qualify for our program.
Right. And obviously they're on Facebook right now, so they can also go to our Facebook discussion. And we've copied and pasted what's on our website to the Facebook discussion. So Melissa, if you just, when we finish this Facebook Live, if you just want to head over there, there is a list of the requirements that you need to have for that. So let's see, how late can I pick up my child is another question.
Well, we end our day at 3:15, so that's when we start loading cars and buses. We would love for all kiddos to be picked up at 4, just because that's a long time for them to be sitting. But, we're here, we're going to take care of kids no matter what. So because we know that, you might be picking children up from the other campuses, and their car lines sometimes last a whole lot longer than ours, because our enrollment is a lot smaller than the other campuses. We get through our car lines pretty quickly, but we'd love for all kids to be picked up by 4 if possible.
Okay, perfect. And let me just reiterate for those folks that are Spanish speaking, si tienen alguna pregunta que quieren hacer, lo pueden hacer en los comentarios, y nosotros tenemos a la maestra Rosales disponible para poder responder cualquier pregunta que ustedes tengan. Okay, we're going to jump right into another question. Do you offer extended after-school care? I know that's an important question.
It is. So Brenham ISD, for our pre-K kiddos, we do not, but we've been very fortunate that the Boys and Girls Club last year decided to open that up for our pre-K kiddos. So Boys and Girls Club staff members come to our campus. We have about, I think, probably 15 or so kiddos that are enrolled in the Boys and Girls Club here. Staff members come right here to the door, pick them up, walk them over to our gym, and use our facilities. And or with the kids, Brenham ISD does provide the snack for them after school, and then they do activities. They use our playground and our gym and stay till, I think their hours are until 6 o'clock, but that's all through the Boys and Girls Club, which is great that they have extended that down to our younger kiddos.
Right. And it sounds like it's just so convenient. It's right there on campus. It's safe and convenient. It's a wonderful option that you guys are offering. And now, what about transportation? I know the little ones need a way to get to school.
Sure.
You guys offer transportation for the ECLC building?
Well, I mean, pre-K, we have bus riders just like our older kiddos. So, at the beginning of the year, some of their backpacks are bigger than they are, but they have the option to ride a school bus just like the older kiddos do. So they are welcome to go to Durham, and that's all done on computer is how you register through Durham to register your child to ride a bus. And it's by your address and what bus number and things like that. But we have lots of kiddos that ride buses, and so we welcome that. We want kiddos here. So if you don't have the option to bring them in a car, we get them on a school bus and get them here, please.
Did you mention the hours? What time does the bus pick them up and drop them off?
Well, now that's going to vary depending on where they live. So
okay, perfect.
That varies. Mm-hmm.
And what about meals? Do you provide meals? Is there a cost?
So we do have breakfast and lunch provided. Yes. So this year's a little different just because of COVID and things like that. There is cost, but next year, when you're filling out your registration packet there, you will have to go in and fill out the application for free and reduced lunch. Just like if you've had older kids in, you would have to fill that out to see if you qualify for free and reduced lunch.
Perfect. Ms. Rosales, can you tell us what the day-to-day looks like inside of a classroom? What is your experience with that?
Well, when kids usually come at the very beginning, you'll see very lost little kiddos and moving around. I mean, that is just normal to us. But as the year progresses, we give them a little bit more responsibilities and workload on them, and we see a tremendous growth in them. So, we have these experiences for them. Like recently, we've been doing a egg activity, where we dunk it in vinegar for about 3 days, seeing all of them react to it and wanting to know, what's going to happen to it. And even me, we get as excited with them as well. And that's just a really awesome event to see them say, oh no, it didn't bounce and it broke. And, them seeing that is priceless sometimes, just being able to give that to them. And what better place to do it with your friends to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure they have a great time.
Oh yeah, we do. And the activities, they get excited. I mean, we get kids who may not have bicycles at home, I mean, they go outside and they realize, wow, we can use bicycles on on a bicycle trail. I mean, it's just amazing to have that ability here now. All the different things, using computers. They're at the beginning, they're really awkward. They want to poke at it, and and we have the computers just for them too. It's adapted for them to be able to use. And now you see them, and they're experts now. I mean, I've got going, and at the beginning it was hard, but they grow into it, and it's every day same thing. We do it, and they do really well. Mm-hmm.
That's one of those things when we talk about them being kinder ready. That's part of it.
Yeah, that's kinder ready right there.
Part of it. Mm-hmm.
So by the end of their time at ECLC, do they already know their 1, 2, 3s and ABCs?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You can talk about that.
That's our goal. That's our goal, to have them be able to say their numbers, recognize their letters, know their sounds. That's the beginning of being able to read, and that's where we want them at. So they get exposed to all of that here.
Writing their name.
Oh yeah, writing their name is essential.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. I did. I went over there and I was capturing some images of a student, and I remember he wrote his name on a shape. And then he turned around. He didn't know I was behind him. He turned around and he just started like dancing because he was so happy that he wrote his name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. When you talk about like building confidence, I mean, the kids
Absolutely.
are just, you can see it in their faces.
Yeah.
They are just like glowing. They're so happy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, okay. So, okay, here's a very important question that I'm sure a lot of parents have. Students sometimes they're just, some I'm sure are ready to get out the house and go into the classroom, and they're very independent. But then there are some other students that are a little bit more shy, and they're not just really sure. So what happens with their students if they cry? What can parents do? Will the student be sent home? I'm sure a lot of parents have these questions.
I'm sure. So the first days of school, there's lots of tears, and more of them are probably from the parents than the children in the beginning, because they're letting their little ones go for the first time, and we understand that. But it's very important that they know that once they get inside the building and they, get in the classroom and they get around their friends, and we can kind of create a diversion for them. Hey, come do this and come see what's over here, that they can forget about that for a while. Yes, they're going to miss mom, and they may cry in another hour, oh, I want my mom, but it works out. We have to just create that atmosphere and the trust with parents and things like that. So, we have some kids, a week or two, they're done, and they're running out of the car to come in the building. We have some, it may take a little longer. I think Miss Rosales has had an experience with that a time or two. She can speak about that, and you can tell us about that, Miss Rosales, and how that works out.
Every year it's always a new student, that just very attached to mom and dad. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. And I just, reassure them, okay, your mom left you here with me. I'm going to take care of you. And then when it's time to go, I'll tell you and you'll be fine. Okay. I mean, we're going to take care of you. Something happens, you just tell me, we'll figure it out. Just most of the time it's just sticking to the routine and kind of reminding them, this is what's going to happen. And then this, and then you're going to be going home. So don't worry about it. Everything's okay. And then, every day they'll come and they realize, oh yeah, really everything is okay. I mean, the teacher isn't lying to me. She tells me I'm going to go home. I'm going home. We're going to go eat. Yes, we're going to eat. I mean, all those things is reassuring to them, that they feel, oh, okay, well, this is really, I can do this, and it's doable. Yeah, it really is true that the parents are the ones that it's harder to let go. Because it is their baby, and when we give them back to them at the end of the year, I mean, they're really grown up little men and women. I don't want to just kidding, little ladies and little gentlemen. They're ready to go. I mean, they're kinder ready, and that's the goal that we have here. It's just to be able to grow them in all aspects.
Yeah. And that, you said it, Ms. Rosales, one of the main things that's really, really important for parents to understand is that we're, along with all that, the social and emotional development that we're talking about, a routine for these young ones is very, very important. And, they do the same thing every morning, whether they, get out of a car or get off of a bus, they come in the same door, they go sit at the same spot, they get up and go to the, it's a
reassuring.
routine. And that, what that does for them is it makes them feel safe. It knows that they're going to be okay. We're here. They're seeing the same people, loving on them and saying, "Hey, good morning. I'm glad you're here today." And it creates that safe place for them. And when that routine, because maybe a parent is like, "Oh, I don't want to send them today because they're crying because they don't want to go to school." Send them, because this is the best place for them to just have that routine, and we're taking care of them. It's that communication. The teacher's going to let you know that they're okay, and we create that trust between teacher, parent, all of us, and then the student feels safe, and it all works that way. That's the best. So
Yes.
We have a couple of questions here. Let's see, Kayla, when will open enrollment start?
Okay. Hey, Kayla. All right. So on Monday, one of the things that we're doing right now is on Monday with our pre-K roundup, and registration is starting at 7:30 that morning. Come to the campus, bring your kiddos and let them look around and see what it looks like, ask any more questions, and then look and bring all that required paperwork, and you can actually register that very day on Monday, April the 12th. So that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and you can start. You can do all that on Monday if you'd like.
You guys are making it so convenient. You have folks there that are able to help them like on the spot, and then take a tour, hear more from you, and see Ms. Rosales, wave at her.
Yeah, the teachers will be here working that day, and so you get a chance to wave at the teachers, see the classrooms, to the playground and the rest of the building, and do some fun activities, and the parents can fill out all the paperwork if they'd like.
And I know you talked a few minutes ago, Ms. Schwartz, about creating a safe environment, and I know that safety is our top priority. We have Stephanie. She wants to know a little bit more about security, and I know we can't really go into detail about it because obviously we try to offer the safest learning environment as possible. We can't go too much into detail, but she is asking a question about safety, and she says, "How is the safety at the school?"
All right. Hi, Stephanie. So our campus is, we have 3 different buildings. Our gym is not connected to our classroom building, and our classroom building is not connected to our main building. But all of our buildings are locked and secure, and anybody that is working has like a little ID badge that scans and gets you in to all of those buildings. So no one can just walk up to any of our buildings and open a door. Other than the main building, if you wanted to get into our main building. But even when you get into the main foyer of our building, you can't go anywhere. Those doors are secure and closed off, so that you're basically just stuck like in a foyer area until you're buzzed into somewhere. So you can't get to any kiddos. You're not going anywhere unless you're buzzed in, and we don't allow anyone but staff into our classroom building. It's just for the safety of our kiddos. No one's allowed into our classroom building. So you're only there in the office, and we bring the kiddos up, and they're brought into the office if needed. So we are definitely safe and secure.
We have another quick question.
All right.
Do parents have to pay for anything? For example, school supplies. We always hear like at the beginning of the year on the news, they're always advertising about school supplies. Now, do parents have to pay for anything?
Oh, that's a great question. Absolutely nothing, which is so awesome for us. And I'll give a plug out to Tori Bryan and her, and for the city, her program that does so much, not just for the ECLC, but for the whole district. Every year they come through with getting donations from our community, which is awesome. And they work to just bring in school supplies for all of our schools. But what she's done for us at the ECLC is they provide 100% of everything that we need here at the Early Childhood Learning Center, so that when a child walks onto our campus, they don't even need a backpack. They provide us with backpacks, everything, every school supply we need. They give us our nap mats, they give us blankets, everything is provided. So we just want the child, that's all we need. And it's great, you know, even when we have kiddos that enroll late, you know, they may come in October to enroll, and a parent will say, okay, I need to get a school supply list. It's like, nope, you don't need anything. We just want your kiddo. That's all we need. So, you know, Tori Bryan does an awesome job, and her organization for the city, and we thank them for that. So
that is so great to hear that students are coming into this awesome learning environment, and then they come in and they don't have to worry about, do I have the really expensive crayons like the other students? No, everybody has like their own supplies. Everybody has their backpack full of things, right?
That's right. Yeah, everything is there. That's right.
The last question is, where is the campus located?
So we are off of Chapel Hill Street. Our address is 304 Kerr Street. So we're on Kerr and Mangrum off of Chapel Hill Street. There's our address at the bottom of the screen. Mm-hmm. And yeah, join us on
Monday.
Join us on Monday, April the 12th. Sorry about that. For our pre-K roundup from 7:30. Actually, it says 7:30 to noon, but if you want me to do this, Veronica, right now, do you want me to talk about this?
Go ahead.
Or do we have more questions? It says 7:30 to noon, but we're actually going to be here all day long. So you can, you know, the morning time from 7:30 to noon is when we're going to do the tours, bring the kids and look at the campus, and we've got activities and things like that. The afternoon is just for registration. So that's what we'll be doing on Monday.
Awesome. You guys, this was so informative. I really appreciate your time. We're running on 30 minutes already. Can you guys believe that? Yeah, we're running on 30 minutes already. I really want to just thank you so much for your time, for joining me on this Facebook Live session. That I hope that this was very informative for parents at home. We're just going to go ahead and wrap this up. Ms. Schwartz, Ms. Rosales, I really, really appreciate your time. I know you guys are busy over there. You're getting ready for this special event on Monday, April 12th. Cub Nation, thank you for joining us. It's been a privilege serving you this afternoon. I really hope we were able to answer your questions. We look forward to seeing you on Monday, April 12th at ECLC from 7:30 a.m. to noon /
3:30.
3:30, and the address is right there on the screen, 304 Kerr Street. And if anybody has any questions, where should we direct them?
So you can call to the campus, 979-277-3770. That's our campus phone number. And just ask for myself, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, ladies. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye. See you.
We love ECLC! The ECLC is the place to